with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it was the Voice referendum today in Australia. I still didn't look into it. I don't vote. I don't do referendums. I've chosen my political party. I've chosen to leave the system. I'm a Bitcoiner, so fuck you. That's the real revolution. Don't worry about voting. If you want to vote, take all your money, put it in Bitcoin, the alternative system, because voting in this system doesn't mean anything. So I don't even know what's happening with the Voice, but today it just so happens my wife got a couple of tickets for us and the kids to go see a play put on by a couple of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. So we went into the city to see that, and it was so fucking bad. It was for kids though, but it was even bad for the kids. It was so fucking bad that I almost walked out of the theater to go down to the polling booth to vote no. It was shit. It was the worst, probably the worst thing I've ever seen. It was about some turtle. I thought it was going to be a story about an individual turtle, but I don't even know. To be honest with you, 15 minutes in, I started having to do meditation techniques to get through it. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get through this? If this is an hour, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I can do a full hour of this. So I was just staring and thinking, I'm like, all right, if I look at my kids and they're enjoying it, then that can bring me some joy, at least. And I'm looking over at my kids. They're looking at it confused as well. Some of the other kids behind us were also trashing the show. Their parents were trying to psych them into it. They're like, oh, look at that beautiful turtle. And it was just one of these ladies dressed up as a turtle and swimming across the ground. And the mum behind us kept on going, look at the beautiful turtle, to her kids. And one of the kids was like, Mum, that's not a turtle. That's just some lady in a turtle costume. I'm like, damn straight, kid. Damn fucking straight. Fuck, it was bad. Fuck. It was so bad. So they did this story about a turtle laying an egg, and then they did the whole process of like enacting this turtle egg hatching and going out to sea, like all sort of imagination sort of shit. Like it's a play, it's in a theater. And they named one of the turtles Miggy or some shit like that. And the turtle went out to sea, but the turtle was just a torch she was holding. And then a lizard came out to try and eat the turtle egg, and she fought off the lizard with a broomstick. And all the kids are like, it's a little bit interactive. Like, hey kids, help me scare away the lizard. Rah! And all that sort of shit. So I'm like, fucking just kill me. So anyway, it's like 25 minutes of that, going through that story of this mum laying the egg hatching, the fucking little Miggy turtle going out to sea, and the lizard and all that, the whole process. And then this Miggy, this little fucking turtle, grows up and comes back. And then they basically do the exact same thing again, except this time it's Miggy instead of Miggy's mum. But it's the same thing. Everything happens the same. So I got to watch the same boring 25 minutes back to back. It was fucking shit. I even said to my wife a little bit loud as well on the way out, I was like, I'm voting no. I'm going down there now and voting no. Jesus Christ. At the start, they were like, you've got to turn off your phones because video and photos of this is strictly prohibited. And I'm like, no shit, because if word of this show ever got out, they would not sell another fucking ticket. Other than the show, it was actually a pretty nice day out there. Caught a train in, a bus, went for a little walk, had a little feed. It was sweet. Now we've got tonight. My wife's heading out tonight because it's India versus Pakistan in the Cricket World Cup. It's in India too. And I don't think Pakistan have played in India for quite some time. So it's going to get heated out there. There's no bigger rivalry in sport than India versus Pakistan. Maybe Israel versus Palestine, but this one's hot too. Who knows what's going to happen out there? India have a very good team at the moment. Pakistan, I think they have a pretty good team as well. So my wife's going out to meet all her Indian friends, and I suppose she's just going to get lit and then come back home. I'll be waking up early in the morning because it's the fucking All Blacks versus Ireland in the Rugby World Cup. And obviously I'm going for the All Blacks, but fucking you cunts know I have a little soft spot for the fucking Green Isle out there. Is that what they call it? I'm talking about Ireland. That's where the Boyles are from. So I wouldn't even really care if New Zealand lost to Ireland. It would be nice for those fucking pasty cunts out there to have something fucking to cheer about. Ireland are number one in the world at rugby at the moment as well. They have a strength and conditioning coach. I think he's strength and conditioning, but years ago or a few years ago, I was watching some podcasts with him. His name's Nick Winkelman, but he's like a philosopher, like strength and conditioning, but he's like a brain. He's a full-on philosopher. I bought his book and shit, but he was doing podcasts with some psychologists and shit that I liked. And he would talk about how he's working with the Irish rugby team. And ever since he's joined, the Irish rugby team have gone from wherever the fuck they were to number one in the world. And they look fucking good. Look him up, Nick Winkelman. I think his wife came out as bi or something. So she's dating women on the side. Something like that. I don't know how he's processing that one. I only saw that briefly. I know nothing about that. But yeah, his wife might be a lesbian or something. I don't know. But that's at 6 a.m. in the morning. But I should be up because I can barely sleep with my rib injury. I got barely any sleep last night. Well, my wife said I was snoring all night, but it felt like I got barely any sleep because I'm still fucking exhausted and grumpy and not into it. So I'll be up and I'll be watching that game, and I will be watching the India-Pakistan game tonight as well. So it's all on. Let's do it. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you the fuck later.